right, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Protoss, Zergs, Terrans, and Randoms to the GSL Code A. I am Moletrap. With me is Wolf. I am at Moletrap. He is at FXOWolf. If you want to follow us on Twitter, if you want to tweet at us about anything you got on your mind, if you want to ask questions about the games, if you want to ask us personal questions, just want to say, hey, cool story, bro. You can tweet at us. You can tweet at GOMTV. Tell them what you think about the tournaments that are going on. Tell them if you want to see something different. Tell them if you like the Arena of Legends. If you like that. That was an awesome tournament, by the way. If you guys didn't see that, you can still go back and watch the VODs if you want for $5. Anyway, but this is the Code A semifinals. We've already finished one of the semifinals. We have a finalist determined.
And it's going to be a Protoss no matter what because we've got a PvP semifinals here.
So we are guaranteed a PvZ finals right now. Excellent.
It's going to be Oz against Sage.
Oz against Sage.
And this is going to be a pretty awesome match, I think. PvP is really changing right now, and it's getting more fast-paced and exciting. People are starting to figure out how to avoid using Colossi, but Colossi are still being used in certain cases. It's just actually becoming more dynamic in general.
I think this is going to be great. I know Oz has been practicing like with Sase lately, and I don't get to watch Oz play that much, but I watch Sase play. He is actually ridiculously good at PvP.
Yeah, Sase's best matchup is definitely PvP.
He has really good control, and here's what I'm hoping we're going to see from Oz. Sase likes to use Warp Prisms sometimes. He uses a lot of different stuff, actually. Blink Stalkers, I see him use a lot. Warp Prisms sometimes he'll use strategically in different situations. So we could see some really cool stuff out of Oz. Sage, of course, has been playing really well. He's been dominating in Team League. He's been doing extremely well. Protoss versus Protoss.
Not his best matchup.
Probably not his best matchup. I actually look back at it. He actually went 3-3 with Core in that iCup tournament, so can't even say he like won overall against Core. Lost to Yonghua, lost to Genius, beat Bonbon Zenith a while ago. That's like his only major PvP accomplishment, and that's not really much of one.
That's not much of an accomplishment. It is his teammate, too.
Yeah. Anyway.
Tassadar is here actually today to cheer him on. So, of course, they're teammates.
Yeah, he was probably practicing with Tassadar a lot, I imagine.
Tassadar, remember, played in the finals of one of our other Code A seasons and lost a PvP to Puzzle, who's now in Code S. So maybe Sage will try to follow in his footsteps and bring his team in that one Protoss to win in the Code A finals back into Code S, like Puzzle robbed Tassadar of...
we'll see. Puzzle, of course, is now on Slayers, by the way.
Yes.
Switched over there, so they actually have a Protoss player. It's pretty good.
We've seen a lot more Protosses in Code A right now. Protosses are doing quite well at the Code A level of GSL, and all of them are going to have to try their stuff in Code S. I'm not sure if most of these guys are ready, but you know, we may see a shift. I know a lot of Protoss fans out there are sad because right now there are very few Protosses in Code S, so it's not looking good for those Protoss guys up there. I was like watching them all fall. It was like watching Order 66 and like Revenge of the Sith. Anyway, we're gonna take a look at Oz's highlights.
을 잠깐 멈춰가면서까지 준비한 타이밍것이거든요.
그렇죠. 예, 병력 많습니다. 거기로 일단 EMP를 맞아준다라고 생각을 하고.
네, 미리 예상해서 EMP
앞마당 건설 로봇도 위험해요. 빼야 됩니다. 건설 로봇.
자, 이거 주시가 뽑고 게다가 의료선.
자, 에너지가 있어야 되는데. 예, 자신의 앞마당이기 때문에 피할 곳이 만만치가 않아요. 지금은.
그렇죠. 충분해요. 이제 EMP 맞아도 될 정도로 직전만도 추가되어 있고.
네. 야, EMP. 역장! 자, 뒤쪽. 역장까지. 자, 김학선.
뒤에서 그렇죠. 역장으로 길을 완전히 막고.
야, 일벌레만 잡아주겠다는
생각.
계속 노리고 있어요.
네, 김학 선수 지금 빠르게 들어가요. 이전 양상의 경기 분위기. 일단 김학 선수의 병력도 막강하고.
그렇죠. 싸워주겠다는 뜻은 우리가 이겼다는 것을 다시 한번 더 검증하고 싶다는 거예요.
역장 깔끔하게 정리해주고 있는 김학수 선수.
던지고 있었어요. 한기 잡히고 들어옵니다. 수정탑 파괴됐어요. 이렇게 되면
네. 김학수 선수가 언덕 위쪽에 소환.
다시 한번 김학수 선수의 추적자가
이거 많이 흔들리는데요. 일단 공업표기가 나오긴 하지만 그래도 추적자 다수가 쌓이게 되면 공업표기 상대도 안 됩니다.
그렇죠. 싸워볼 만한 상황인 것 같은데 전멸 완료해서 앞으로 달려들고 공업표기 떨어졌고요. 마지막 추적자들이 거침이 없습니다. 마지막 러시를 준비하고 있어요.
And there he is, FXO Oz. Scraping by over Beyond and then showing us some awesome high Templar timings and then holding off some crazy all-ins from Superstar in game 1 of that, and then game 2 using some nice Warp Prism play, and then against JYP just winning with aggression in very interesting situations.
Yeah, and you know, a lot of people thought JYP was favored in that match as well against Oz, and he managed to come out on top 2-0 against JYP. Very strong player, so I think he might have what it takes to take on Sage. Sage, of course, has been playing very well lately, of course, as well.
Yeah, both of these guys are, you know, rising up here. Sage is obviously much more fan-favored. He's got a lot of fans. A lot of people really think he's one of the best Processes in the world, and Oz has actually shown that he's really good. He's made it all the way to the round of 4 here. He wants to go to the finals. It's his first time in Code A.
I think a lot of people underestimated Oz because we hadn't really seen him before. So we're like, oh, who's this guy? I mean, I knew who he was because I'd met him a couple times, whatever. But and you knew him because you've like lived with him. But I mean, a lot of people were like, Oz, like, oh, isn't he that guy that FXO took from Foyu before they became FXO again? And no one had really heard of him that much, and so he hadn't been heard of. But here's his highlight video of how he got here.
포신이 많아서 파이팅 세기는 역부족이고요.
이거 적절히 이득만 거두고 빠지는 싸움을 해야 되는데
병력 많이 잃어요. 그렇죠. 신경 써야 합니다.
예, 것이 너무 많은데요. 일단 최병현 선수는 여기 포기하더라도 뒤로 빼주는 판단을 하면 좋을 것 같은데.
이거 쓰면서 넘어가고 있죠. 네, 깊숙. 이거 유도 있는데요.
예, 양 선수의 컨트롤 싸움인데 일단 우려선 한기가 있기 때문에 그래도 선수의 병력 굉장히 많고요.
네, 그렇죠. 장관이 또 2개나 있어가지고 해병 콘서트로 녹이고요. 자, 우경철.
여기서 뒤에서 저걸링 난입.
자, 한 번에 힘들 정도예요. 보조 역장. 자, 전멸해주면서 체력이 보관이 되는 병력들이 뒤쪽으로 되어 있고. 우경철 선수. 상당히 위험하죠.
점막이 없어서 피하기 어려워요.
자, 그대로 폭풍이 떨어지고 있습니다. 붙지를 못하고 있습니다. 자, 들어갔고. 아이, 모르겠다. 그냥 귀찮아 죽겠다. 에이, 그냥 올라갈래.
도 순식간이에요, 이거는.
그렇습니다. 굉장히 많아지만 힘이 떨어지는데요. 수비를 하고 있는 우경철.
하지만 역장과 집장관이 너무 내 좋아서. 네. 게다가 썸탑에 지금 자연 역장이 좀 있죠.
네, 이미 광역사가 몇 대 지금 쳐놨고 뒤 이어서 암흑기사가 들어와서 파괴되고요. 그렇습니다. 야, 역장 펼쳐지고 불멸 있고요. 네, 들어갑니다. 악마랑 확장기 쪽으로 들어갔는데
입고 막았고요.
그렇습니다. 역장을 펼치는 파괴가 굉장히 많아요.
Sage showing us some awesome Dark Templar usage against Lucky, showing some nice holds against Czech, and over Yoda just looking like he engaged in the better place.
Yep.
Saw all those games, especially the games against Lucky. I recommend you guys go back and watch. You can learn a lot about how Protoss vs Zerg might be played in the future, and the strength of fast Dark Templars off of a Forge Fast Expand. Definitely recommend checking those out.
Yeah, that was some good stuff. One of his games against Lucky with those Dark Templars also reminded me of Tails versus Nesty with the like random 6 Dark Templar warp in to take out the lair like, out of nowhere. It's pretty good stuff. And anyway, finals, by the way, those are this weekend, I think. Yeah, I think the finals are this weekend for the Team League. That's going to be awesome. This Saturday.
I think you're right.
You can always go to m.gomtv.net.
Yeah, check that out.
It's a good place to go on your mobile phone or your mobile device, but it's also, even in your browser, it's a good way to check out the schedule.
Yeah, I use it all the time. It's basically you open m.gomtv.net, you see the schedule immediately, so you know right away everything that's happening, who's playing. If you want to see more detailed information, always use the regular site. Now, here are our maps: Daybreak, Crossfire, Zalnaga Fortress, Bellshear Beach, and Dual Site. Will we go that far? Will we go all the way to Dual Site? We'll have to wait and see. PvP, a very short matchup. The games don't often go long.
Yeah. It only took 3 maps for Curious to win. We're going to find out if it'll be the same here. We're going to find out who's going to triumph on the first map here at the GSL Code A. Let's get in the game. here at the top right of the map is our Protoss player from Team FXO.
Oz.
Got his little zealot. Is that a tail? Or is that like its hair in the whipping?
That's his little hair.
And here's his opponent. Will he prove to have the wisdom of a sage?
These are the
this map?
These are the wizard Protosses, man. We've got Oz and we've got Sage. He hearts PvP. I like that. That's pretty clever.
Insert hi to someone from here. What did the other one say?
It's something like insert meme here, and the other one was
that's great.
Insert something about Korea here.
I heart PvP too, also. Actually.
I actually really enjoy PvP. It's my best matchup currently. Oz has made his gateway slightly to the side, close to his ramp. Oz, something stylistic about his PvP is he often likes to chrono boost out his first zealot. You guys have seen this in VODs of his when he likes to play. It's kind of his style to send his first zealot out to try to target down probes. Get a little bit of extra scouting. And there it is right there. Yep. Chrono boosts out the zealot, and it's shown Sage. Sage knows what's going on.
It's interesting. I think Oz's gateway is also placed in a way such that it's going to prevent, if he puts a pylon on the low ground, that might be good. Well, no, actually, that's not a good spot for preventing warp-ins, so never mind. Now that I look at it again.
It's more so to spot for the cannon rushes that you sometimes see on this map.
Okay, that makes sense. You're right.
Because you can place a pylon in the little corner over there and make it impossible to surround the cannon. And then, of course, from there, things get pretty hairy. So that's the main reason he put his pylon there. His gateway's a little bit closer to the ramp as well, so his zealot's closer when it comes out.
There's, at this level, at the pro level, sometimes the buildings look random, but there's often like actually a really good reason. And just because it's not the same reason, you won't see someone put their gateway there next time. But what's that?
Oz actually ran his zealot into the main base of Sage. Sage's zealot is actually going out to check around the map, but there is another zealot here. Well, with 2 zealots would have been much easier than with just 1. The zealot may be able to get a few probes. It depends on Sage's probe micro here.
He's actually going to run around in circles for a while. Maybe use that as just a scouting zealot.
And the zealot of Sage coming to do the same, and he's going for these probes.
Oh, wow.
Nice micro.
Yeah, Oz didn't target down any probes specifically, so he didn't get any probe kills.
Twilight Council going down for Oz here off of just 1 gate. And Sage looks to be doing a 4 gate.
There we go.
And it's pretty apparent to Oz. I mean, he was able to see how much Chrono Boost energy was left on the Nexus. I think he may assume this, but he's playing this pretty risky going for a 1-gate Twilight Council. He's going to have to use his units in the middle of the map to control the pylon.
And he's attempting to do so right now. Gets a couple extra hits off on the Zealot, but there's another Zealot there. He's forced back. He has less units. He's
and the probe. He's going to catch the probe of Sage, but it's going to make a pylon. Will it make 2? He makes 2.
Oh, no.
This is really bad for Oz. He's most likely not going to be able to hold this because he cannot deny these pylons. They're both going to survive. He's going to be able to warp onto the ramp.
He might cancel 1, but it's not going to matter. The second one will be able to warp units in.
Oh, this is not looking good. Warp gate research is done. He's warping them in right now.
Yeah, he's got 3 more warp-ins about to happen, and when that happens, it's going to get out of hand for Oz. Probes are out, but 3 more Stalkers are going to warp in moments. There they are.
And not looking good for Oz. The probes are being taken out here.
Yeah, this is not good at all. He can't even afford to use his Twilight Council right now. Oh!
Yeah. GG. He couldn't micro his Stalkers either. He can't micro everything at once. It just doesn't work.
Wow.
And Sage just showing us a classic PvP build. He sensed something was up and he thought, well, it's the 4 gate. It was really close. He almost lost his probe that made the first response. If he had not been on top of that probe, he would have lost the probe. His 4 gate would not have worked.
Yeah.
Really close situation there.
But yeah, Oz, he went in there. He saw the 1 gateway, only 1 gas, lots of chrono energy, and those are like the 3 signs that you're going to get 4 gated. He didn't really... He's like, oh, this is actually going to be a fake 4 gate, and I'm on to you, so I'm going to get my Twilight Council earlier than you so I can get my blink faster, but just made the wrong call there. Sometimes it is a bit of
He played a little bit risky there.
A coin flip, but he took a risk and didn't pay off.
If those two pylons get, if the warp rift is open with those pylons, man. If he just opens, if the probe just pulls it open and the pylons start coming in, and you don't have a sentry.
Pylon doesn't have to stay there and wait for them to warp in. They just do it on their own.
Yeah, those pylons warping without the probe's help. All he has to do is open it. That was so close. He almost stopped it.
Almost, yeah. He came extremely close to getting the probe before it put the second pylon down. It had like one shot left on it.
Yeah.
And then he might have been able to target down that one pylon theoretically and stop it.
Would have been close. Much closer than it ended up being, that's for sure.
Yeah, much closer than an absolute stomping, which is what that was.
That was pretty much an absolute stomping.
I mean, he only had one gateway. He had two stalkers out, and he warped in 3, and he already had zealots, and just nothing he could do about it.
Sage is biting his hands.
He's like, your too good, hands. Cut it out.
I'm not sure what's up with the hand biting there, but maybe he bites his hands for good luck.
I don't know.
All right, well, guys, our next map is
really
Crossfire. These are our Wizard Protosses fighting it out. Only one Wizard will advance to the finals.
Yep. One of them is going to advance to the finals. The other's going to have to get back behind that curtain. We're going to find out who it is in just a minute. Sage versus Oz, Game 2, coming up in just a second. Here at the GSL October. Semi-finals.